Stop carrying shame for being in the in-between. This is a central idea that we'll keep coming back to throughout this video. Before we do so, I just want to quickly rehash the last video we did where we spoke about how I'm on a journey where I'm trying to figure out how I go from being an ESL teacher currently in China to a new career. That new career is unknown to me as well in this moment, and so the series of videos that we'll be creating together will be a journey of that in between from where we are now, or for in my case as an ESL teacher, to where we'll ultimately end up. And so I'm excited to have you guys on this journey. I am excited to hear from you in the comments section in terms of where you are in your life's journey, be it in your career, be it in your personal life. If you're someone who has either been in the in-between and so has had to start over in some way, form or shape, or if you're someone who has gone through that journey and who has insight to share, please drop that in the comment section. I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to give us a name as we go through this journey together, and I kind of thought of the in-betweeners, and don't know how you guys feel about that. Yeah, so just let me know how you feel about that name, the in-betweeners, or you could suggest something else in the comment section. So yeah, just let me know about that. Right, okay, let's swiftly move on. Quick story for you before we begin. First day I met with my mentor, him and myself are having a conversation, right? We're talking about just getting to know each other. So he's asking me questions and I'm just telling him about how I feel like I'm behind. I'm almost 33 and I feel stuck. I feel like I'm not growing in my career. I'm not really sure where what the future looks like, and I'm just and I was in this really negative state of mind, and I had this perspective on myself that was based on lack, all the things that I didn't have in my life, all the things that made me feel like I fell short, like I hadn't achieved much in life, and he was very patient. He listened. he listened to me kind of introduce myself from a position of lack. Then he asked me a question. He said, "Tell me, where are you from?" And so I tell him, "Hey, I'm from Tanzania." And for those of you who know Tanzania is a township. And what I didn't get to tell him though is that before we lived in Tanzania, we actually lived for a short period as Punzana. And for those who are in the East London area, you'll know Punzana is a predominantly shack area, so very poverty stricken. And so came from there, moved to Tanzania, and kind of like progressed from there. And so he's like, "Oh, okay, from Tanzania." And then he started asking me a series of questions where I got to share a little bit about where I've been. So served a 2-year church mission in Uganda, lived a little bit in Korea, lived a bit in China, traveled a bit to other countries, talked a little bit about just other successes in between. And at the end of just his series of questions, he looked at me and he said, "How many people have achieved what you've achieved from the context that you come from?" And it kind of made me pause for a sec to say, oh man. I mean, obviously this is not his intention was not as an exercise to compare myself to other people, and to validate myself, to say, hey, I'm better than them. But it was more of a thing of saying, man, from the context that you come from your personal circumstances, to have achieved the things that you've achieved must have taken a lot. It must have taken a lot in terms of grit, in terms of focus, in terms of goal setting, in terms of persistence, in terms of just tenacity. And in that moment, I think he kind of made me aware. Okay, he actually closed that reflection by saying these words. He said, in all that you have done, you've built a really strong foundation that you can now build from. And I think that for me was an aha moment to say, man, there is a mindset that I had been approaching this with, and I don't think it was a very positive mindset, right? I think I was approaching it from from a scarcity mindset, from a mindset of lack, right? Because yes, I'm by nature an ambitious person. Like, I always want to be achieving, I always want to be doing the next thing. But the basis and the foundation of that ambition, I think, was coming from a place of lack, from a place of saying, man, relative to my peers, I haven't achieved this. I don't feel like I have a lot of clarity in terms of my career. There's this missing and that missing and this missing, and I feel like my skills are outdated in the marketplace, and there's this and this. So all of it was coming from a place of lack. All the things that I didn't have, and that I didn't know, and that I cannot do at current, versus reflecting on all the blessings that I have. For example, the breath that I just took, it's not guaranteed. That's a blessing. The roof over my head, massive blessing, especially in my situation, because I'm based in Joburg for the next 3 weeks, and I'm staying over at a friend's, and I don't pay rent. That's a massive blessing in my case. The food I get to eat, that's a massive blessing, because somewhere in the world, in this moment, as I'm recording this video, someone is hungry. Someone doesn't have a meal to eat. Massive blessing. To wake up every day and be able to see the gift of sight, of having vision, of seeing things that are beautiful, being able to touch things that are beautiful, being able to smell things that are beautiful, being able to hear things that are beautiful. That's a blessing, because in this moment, there's somewhere in the world where someone has lost their sight, has lost their hearing, has lost their sense of smell. So all of that is a massive blessing. The opportunity to work and earn an income, that's a blessing. The opportunity to have a loving family, that's a blessing. The opportunity to have friends who call and check up on you to say, hey, you're back, we missed you, we haven't heard from you in a while. That's a massive blessing. And that's a completely different mindset, foundational mindset, to then build from. So one is a scarcity mindset that's focused on all the things that lack, but the other is a mindset of gratitude that says, man, this is all that I have, this is all that I've done, and this is all that I've learned up to this point, and these are the traits that I have, the tenacity, the ability to figure things out, which is backed up by a stack of evidence in my past that says, man, I've been able to figure things out in the past, and I can figure things out again in this moment as I'm in the in-between. The mindset is very important as a foundation to build on. And I think more than anything, that is the lesson that I want us to take away from this video. If you take away nothing else, I want you to take away this one lesson, that you should not have shame for being in the in-between. You should not have shame for starting over. Life happens in phases. Listen, some people are lucky enough where they figure out their career early on in life. Man, kudos to you. You know, you had enough exposure, you had enough of a support system, you had enough of resources to get to a point where you figure things out off the bat. But the majority of us are kind of in the in-between, where you may have lacked resources, you may have lacked exposure, you may have lacked skills, and but despite all the things that you lacked, there's still so much that you've achieved, so many blessings that are still in your life, and that when you take stock of, you build a solid foundation of gratitude. And from that place, it's then so much easier to build forward from a place of your cup is full as opposed to your cup is empty. And so yeah, that's the lesson I kind of want to leave with you guys for today. Just one lesson. I don't want to make these videos any longer than they need to be. I think I want to keep each video to one lesson that I'm learning on this journey, and just have a reflection in the comment section. So if you have any stories where you're currently in a transition or a point of transition, let us know in the comment section. If you are someone who has made a career transition, let us know some of the lessons that you learned. There was a beautiful reflection given by a really good friend of mine. Her name is Urebo. We call each other Scheme. So Scheme Sam, she went from being a civil engineer, data capturer, to transitioning to a teaching career in the United States. So and she kind of shared a bit of her journey. So actually, she just shared that she'd made that transition. So I'm actually keen to invite her to come, and we can have a conversation where we discuss what her journey looked like and just some of the lessons that she learned in that phase of being in the in-between. So I'm really keen to hear stories like that. So please leave those in the comments section. And if you have any questions that you want us to do a deep dive into, leave those in the comments section. I just want to open up the space for all of us who are in-betweeners, who are trying to figure out what the next thing looks like. In my situation, it's trying to figure out a career. In your situation, it may be navigating a divorce. It may be you're starting a family and you're trying to adjust to that. It may be trying to figure out your finances and structuring them in a way that gives you a sense of security going forward into the future. It may be that you're trying to navigate your studies, okay, whatever phase of life you're in and whatever transition or point of change that you are in. Let us know what lessons you're learning, and let's reflect on those in the comment section. Okay, yeah, appreciate you guys for being here up to this point. And if you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, a thumbs up, do all those things, you know. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.